everybody, and welcome to the Stalk. Today, don't make us start again, Mark. You and your, terrible, terrible things you say.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Stalk.
On the Stalk. Today,
I'm gonna do that randomly in 5 minutes.
yeah, we just do that randomly in case we need to start again. Anyway,
Do I need to add like a clap so the audio has a big spike and you can see it?
I'm gonna listen to it all through just in case I go. Anyway, hey Mark, you wanna know my social security number again?
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
We'll leave this for the unchucked version.
Yeah.
You have to pay to see that.
Yeah, you have to pay to.
You have to pay to see his social security number.
To steal my identity, you gotta give me like $5 a month.
There'll be at least 10 of them vying for it.
Yeah.
You'll get $50.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
$50, and what? They get into my bank account. What? I got like $10 in there. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. You gotta get my PayPal account if you
What are you gonna do? Max up my credit card? I do that on my own. I don't. I'm good with my money.
Yeah.
That does remind me. I should pay my credit card bill.
Yes,
Yeah.
you should.
So what do we? What do you think we ought to start off with? You got any fun anecdotes? Because I think I did a bunch of the talking and topic bringing up for the past 2 episodes, which were like 3 or 4 weeks ago that we recorded. So I don't remember what state anything was in back then.
Well, you see, I don't have a very interesting life.
I see. Have you totaled another car yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
I am, however, getting my struts replaced.
Ooh.
On the car, because that's kind of a weird thing to experience, because not so much getting it replaced so much as I have about 1.5 inches of the tire on my passenger side, on the outside of it, is bald.
Right.
Or, well, it's treadless. It's...
Yeah, you've shaved it down doing too many donuts.
Perfectly fine.
Too many jackrabbit starts.
Perfectly fine.
In the middle of town.
And the jackrabbit starts. Bro, that's all I hear in between 8 p.m. and 12 p.m. I swear to God.
I mean, you're in the jackrabbit hotspot of the
Who's
state.
doing that? Why?
Truckers. Right, they go, ooh boy, it's Mark's house. I know.
The amount of truckers going by in this 20-mile-an-hour zone that are just...
Yeah, they do that at my house. They do that at my house. There's no reason to.
There's a stoplight coming up, but they've been informed it's 25 miles an hour, and they're coming up on a hill. Yeah, right. Usually they're going up a hill. And it comes from a 40-mile-per-hour
35
section.
No, 30. It goes from 30 to 20.
It's actually 30.
It's 30 because it gets 35 further down the road.
Used to be higher. But yeah, it's a pain in the ass to ride the brake all the way down the hill. But they're coming up that hill.
Yeah.
And then for some reason they're at 50 miles an hour when they get to the top of the hill, and they gotta throw in their air brakes because it's gonna turn into 20 miles an hour when in a block and a half.
And they do that outside of my house. I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle of the country.
There's nothing there.
Exactly. There's nothing.
There's a tiny hill. Do they just love doing it on hills? I need to ask Sue at work.
I assume so, because
Sue's man does. He drives truck, so I should ask him.
Because there's nothing on either side. There's a hill, but they do it both ways, when they go up the hill and when they go down the hill. Like, there's no reason to put your engine brakes on, because
I don't get it.
Just go a little faster or a little slower. I mean,
truckers out there, tell me what the fuck you're doing.
Truckers, explain before I
before I deem that your balls be castrated.
All right.
Convince me otherwise. Not about the balls. Convince me that there's a good fucking reason.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of tires, my car, I got a 1999 Buick Park Avenue. Luxury vehicle, isn't that right, Mark?
Oh. I couldn't go with the bit.
No, you couldn't yes and me, could you?
No. You want me to say yes and?
Yeah, well, I have all new tires on that, or relatively new, because they all went flat a while ago. And I've noticed that they all are kind of a bit low, like in the 20 psi range, where they should be 30. But but when it warms up, after I've driven them to work, they start. They're near the right thing. The pressure. But I suppose I should put more in. Yes. My car's complaining that I need an oil change. I probably do. But I'm gonna wait till I go to the tire shop and say, hey, could you change the oil in my car? Which they do. And then I'll also see if they can will let me pay for the tires that they put on for my G tractor. My G has all new wheel or tires.
What do you mean pay? What do you mean pay for them? No, you can't pay for them. They won't let you.
Well, to pay to put them on.
I see. You're gonna ask them to put them up.
Well, they already did, and they said they were gonna bill me, but I have not. They have not sent me anything in the mail, and I don't want them to have a vendetta against me because they're.
I don't hear a problem.
I mean, they haven't sent. My understanding, they were gonna send me a bill, yet they haven't. And I just don't want them going, oh well, you're supposed to come back and pay.
I mean, yeah, but when you say I'm gonna send you a bill, you have to send something,
right? But anyway, I just ought to go there or go in and get my oil because my car is complaining. Oh, your oil life index is 7% now or whatever.
The fuck does that mean?
I don't know, but it keeps getting lower, and I'm getting more scared that my engine's going to just wear down to shavings.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Since I didn't really get anywhere, I just derailed immediately.
Right.
Since I'm also taking my car in, I'm probably going to get, since the one side has the treads missing, that's going to go bad just on that section. I'm going to get probably, because they do both, they do the fronts or the backs at the same time, probably get the fronts replaced is what's going to happen. I asked them to get me a rim, so if either of those tires are good, put that tire on the rim, and I'll take that. So I can have a real tire instead of a crappy donut one.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then for a spare. And then so they're doing the struts, which might take them an hour or more, which it sounds fun. And then it's going to have to get in alignment, and at this point, yes, it's going to need the new tires. I hope it's the tires I heard making that rotation noise, because if it's not, I might need new bearings too. Which I had 2 of them replaced, but if that is a problem, or if they do notice when they're messing with it, I'll have to get the other 2 bearings replaced. Shouldn't have to replace the bearings or the struts ever again. I should probably do an alignment once a year.
Yeah, I haven't done that.
Well, I'm just noticing that my tires have been degrading faster than they normally should be.
Yeah,
I know I put a lot of miles in, but I'm wondering if I snag a shoulder or I have an uneven entrance to my driveway. If
your tires are aligned not correctly, that's gonna make them rub.
Yeah, they're gonna definitely wear unevenly.
Yeah.
So if they're like, "Hey, your tires,"
well, I mean, it's going to spin.
Like,
it's going to turn, and it's not going to turn straight. It's not going to rotate straight. It's going to like go at an angle, so you're scraping it. Maybe just a little bit, but you're going to be scraping it.
Perfect. That's how I like it.
Yeah. But anyway, my G.
Scrape it.
All new tires, got those put on. I'm just gonna give a tractor update. Wee woo.
No, you can't do that.
Editor me put up a very
wee woo.
Editor me put up a nice flashy tractor update sign. Audio listeners, imagine something amazing, and then make it better. Listeners, and that's what it is.
Visual listeners.
Visual listeners, you don't have to imagine.
Also imagine you got it good. Don't look. No, don't look.
No, don't look. Don't look.
Just
don't look.
Imagine
close your eyes. Close your eyes.
More.
Close your eyes. Okay, now put up tractor alert or tractor update.
Don't open them. Don't open them.
Don't open your eyes. Use your mind. Use your mind's eye.
Listen to it in your head.
Just think about it.
I love the idea of this being the entire edit. Like, you don't do a damn thing.
Yeah, I don't do anything.
And then you just tell them to do this.
Yeah.
And we waste 2 minutes talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like it.
And I don't have to do anything.
Why are we not editing anything? Minimal editing. Why? It's the bit. We're using the bit.
Yeah, it's bit, guys. It's bit. I'm not lazy. I mean, I am, but not for this.
No. Never. No. He's the most lazy person I've ever seen.
Yeah. Anyway, I had the tractor guy show up and put the new manifold on and clean the points, because to be honest, I don't know what I'm doing. I ain't engine.
Thought you were
inclined.
A tractor man.
I like tractors. I have no idea how to make them work though.
You don't make them run. You just turn them on.
I mean, it's one thing trying to fix a broken tractor, but when you have a tractor that has been fixed and is running, then you can maybe diagnose what's wrong. But the tractor that I had not seen run and was only told it ran, I just want to get a guy there to, and also have him check out and see and say what he thinks it would need. And let me tell you, it ran.
Best left to the expert.
For a good minute or two, it ran, and it ran well. It was loud because it didn't have a muffler on it, because we tore that off because it was just brazed on there with a pipe and whatever. It was hobbled together. This tractor was not treated with love and kindness. I'll tell you
like
what.
You're going to treat it with.
Yeah. I'm gonna paint it up all nice. It's got new tires.
You're gonna tuck it in before you go to bed.
I ordered a oil filter today. Tyson's couldn't get me one. We don't carry that anymore. I don't know why, but you have the other
they are
Fram,
very weird.
The Fram oil filters, which is a brand.
They get paid by Fram. That's it.
You get the Fram
it's
one.
The orange one.
You can't just order one though. Apparently,
it's the orange one. Numb nuts. Buy it in bulk.
On one numb nuts. But
anyway,
I
like the commercial.
G ran for a minute and then just kind of died off. Carburetor flooded. So he took the carb with him, and he's going to
no carbs.
Get that all reworked, rebuilt, all of that. Get it working good, and then come back with points to replace the ones that are on it, because those are probably not the best. And I'm gonna get new spark plugs, and then it should run good. after I get the gas tank cleaned out, because it was we had it running hooked up to a old push mower gas tank with just a little bit of gas, because the tank it has a bunch of crud in it. Crud. It's currently sitting out soaking with denatured alcohol, which is apparently supposed to...
I hate unnatural alcohol.
Yeah, it's unnatural. It was natural, but then we made it not.
Yeah, you took it out.
Yeah, took it out of its natural habitat.
Can you renature it?
I don't know.
How long does it take to get alcohol to acclimate to reality again?
I don't know.
Right. This is a dumb joke. I'm sorry.
It is. I'm sorry.
We have denatured. We have other denatured things that work.
Yeah. I've been thinking I need to work better on my... I need to work better on the yes and side of...
yes and? You're going to have to elaborate. Break down what yes and is.
Well, it's a comedy. It's a comedy concept where instead of... Well, someone says something funny, and then instead of you changing the subject... or
because it's a stupid thing, or it's not funny at all.
Right.
You run with the bit.
You run with the bit. You make it more funny. You add to it.
Yes.
You don't just say
no.
Well,
at some point, I think if maybe somebody just ends up experiencing that a lot, I feel like I'm doing a worse job at it.
Yeah.
These days.
I mean, I'm not saying you always have to yes and. I'm just saying
you don't always have to. No, and I don't always add to it. But I think.
But if you can add to it, you should.
I'm okay at adding. I have some shitty premises to start with.
Yeah, I know.
And I feel like a YouTuber.
Right.
Hey, where's this podcast going?
What? Well, just go. Well, first off, YouTube, because
that was the irony there. I was just going for the irony.
Oh.
That's all.
Oh.
It's just the irony. It's like I feel like a YouTuber. Yes, what are you doing?
Oh no.
You missed the yes hand. See, that one was clever. It wasn't great, but it was clever.
Right.
In my opinion.
Right. Now, what else we got to talk about? Look at the podcast topics.
Yeah, give me the list.
Yeah. Oh yes, I was going to talk. You ever heard of Diesel Runaway?
Yes.
It's where?
The Diesel.
Yeah.
Is being treated terribly by its parent.
Yeah.
No, anyway, go on.
It goes away.
Anyway,
if if something fails in the engine, like a seal or something, or a crack happens, and oil in diesel engines, the engine oil starts going into the combustion chamber. And it starts burning because diesel engines work on compression. They compress the atomized diesel fuel, and then the heat from the compression ignites it, and then it explodes. Compared to a gas engine, where it vaporizes the gasoline, and then it sparks and ignites. Problem with Diesel Runaway is that there's no way to stop it, really, except cutting off the air supply, which is not really standard in all engines.
It's not standard?
Hmm?
What do you mean it's not standard?
I mean, there's not... At least on the tractors we got, there is not a diesel, or there's not a air shut-off. There's no flap thing you put on. You'd have to get a rag and just shove it into the air intake and try and stop the air. Because even if you turn off the fuel line, it's still getting the fuel from the oil, and since there's no regulation on that, it's just going as fast as it can. It'll tear the engine apart until the oil is gone or it explodes.
Yay!
And that's why you can also, when you have a diesel engine running, you can turn off the electrical, and it'll still run because it doesn't need. Well, it doesn't need it. Now there's something where if it's already pumping the fuel to it, it can still run.
Mm.
I don't know if I'm thinking about that right, but
I don't know either.
Right. But anyway, I'm gonna have to check to see if our 7040 tractors have a compression release, because that's another thing.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, the audio has just been fucked royally.
Coming. I've ruined everything.
You've ruined everything. We're going off the air. We've been taken off the air.
No, the air. I can't breathe.
It's all your fault, Mark. There, the oxygen system. They've turned it off. We're dead. Killed us. You bastard.
We're going to die now.
It's all your fault. But anyway, another way you can stop diesel runaway is just stop the compression, because without it compressing, it can't ignite.
Mm.
And some engines have that because it's easier to get the engine turned over and just start heating up the oil and all that when there's no compression and stuff just moves freely.
No compression.
Anyway, I don't know if that was an interesting topic. I found it interesting.
No. It's a little interesting. Have you had any runaway yet on your
no, but
lovely tractor?
It was brought up. My brother, when my dad was running the tractor, said, does that have a diesel? Does that have an air shut off? Because diesel runaway can happen.
I mean,
I was like, I don't know.
It could.
And then I looked up a video, and it was there was a video of a semi on the side of the road with it had those big exhaust pipes that go up above the cab and back, you know.
And it was leaving, and it wasn't supposed
to. And it was shooting fire out.
Oh, very good.
Right. And what I would have done, and what we kind of think he did, was just throw it into 12th gear. Just try and slow the engine down enough so that it stops working. It didn't stop.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So anyway, that's a thing you watch out for if you got an old diesel engine. Careful with the
old diesel.
Yeah.
Older shit does not have safety stuff.
No, it don't. Like the one.
Sometimes it's
like the one guy on YouTube who makes shorts about being a logging truck driver with a 70-year-old truck.
Ooh, I like that guy. He's fun.
Like the cab on that there's no crumple zone. The other car's the crumple zone.
Mm-hmm.
And the inside of the cab, it's just it's not sheet metal, but it's just thick metal. There's no roll cage or anything. If it rolls over, he's dead. Yeah. But anyway.
I don't want to die.
Yeah.
Don't roll it. Don't roll it.
Alright, let me X off diesel runaway on the list of stuff. I haven't taken anything off the list. I don't know why we got it. There's some things on here I don't exactly remember why I put them on here, and some that I just think, yeah, that's why was that even on there in the first place?
Don't know.
I think indie games are going to be making a comeback soon, or they are. Especially with successes such as Lethal Company and Pal World.
I think Pal World isn't that indie, but it's not the main. Actually, no, they have a small team.
Yeah, from what I understand, Pal World was made by a few people who were like, "Hey, let's make a joke game." They didn't even know how to really make a game, but they started to make it work, and they decided, wait, we need someone who knows kind of about guns, and they found a guy in a gas station or something who was wearing like camo and said, "You
know about guns. Give us our information."
Right.
Work for us.
And now everybody is playing it, including us right now. Where not to break your immersion, ladies and gentlemen.
You're breaking the immersion. We're not sitting by a campfire.
I mean, yes, we are. I'm doing this in my mind. I'm schizophrenic.
I'm always by a campfire in my mind.
Yes. Anyway. Also, that Suicide Squad game? That's like $70.
Just heard crap. I have not even seen anything.
I just remember Greyhound talking about it.
Crippling actually mentioned something to me today as well.
Right. It was like $70 to play the Joker or something, and they're getting a bit too cocky with their everybody is just going to love our game.
Yeah, and a lot of people are upset about it, but I've also seen some people say some okay things about it. Crippling told me, what did he tell? That it's just a lot of people die in that game. A lot of people die. Most people die, apparently. And it's just all very unceremonious for most of them.
Right.
It's like, ooh, my favorite. No, your favorite's dead. Stop it.
Also, I think there was a Star Wars game that to unlock like Darth Vader, you either had to pay $60 or spend I think it was 4,000 hours or something in-game grinding.
4,000? No, that's silly. I totally get if you were like, go play 40 hours and then you can unlock it or something. I mean, maybe for Darth Vader I could see, but
I don't.
They're kind of like mantles of saying, this is how long you've played. So only the Darth Vader players have this
maybe
much
a year
experience.
Or something.
Still, it's...
But I remember it being insane.
You are insane.
I am insane. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a bit crazy.
He's a bit silly, if you will.
But I just think that we might see more small developers doing well soon. That's going to be one of my predictions.
It's very funny to see that, like, right now, Pal World is... Oh, what is it? Everybody keeps saying something like Pal World is currently the most played game or owned game or something. I don't know what that exactly means because there's no way that counts hours to like Call of Duty or something. But
let me look.
I've seen people do skits and say stuff like maybe it's the most played game right now. So like, yeah. Out of all the games being played,
active
Pal World
players,
might be playing the most.
Steam charts. Not okay. Pal World is the number one current game being played on Steam. It is above Counter-Strike 2.
Of course it is. Counter-Strike 2 doesn't have the fucking new modes in. The old modes.
Yeah, it doesn't have the old... We liked gun game. Or at least I did.
I like the variety.
It by that much. 779,000 playing Pal World, 752,000 playing Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike will beat it once they release a real update.
Right. And it probably fluctuates with the hours, but you know.
Oh, sure. Depends on your audience to generalize when those times are. Fridays are going to be high because everyone's done with stuff, but it's always going to be higher depending on the time of the day. But I think Counter-Strike would do the same thing as Pal World would do for that. I think you're more likely to see higher hours for Pal World on the low end because you could either have it on with low commitment at work, otherwise it's going to be mostly younger people without work. So on an off chance that there's no school.
Right.
Or if it's in like a university, it could very much be a variety of people doing it when they're not in class.
Yeah.
But their weekends will spike for that instead.
I suppose it's a wider variety because it's...
This hits a young audience and an older audience. Basically, people who this audience. What's your target audience? People who play Pokemon, and kids who find this funner.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, it's not built for the younger generation necessarily, but it definitely
it's going to be played by
appeal.
You know.
Yeah, and Pokemon's been digging the shovel into the new generation or two anyway.
Right.
Not that they're doing a fantastic job, but hell, this might even take them there.
Right.
So, I've also heard Nintendo, sometimes what they like to do is let people make some stuff.
Right.
And then they show up at their front door and say, you're going to have to pay us some cash because infringement.
Yeah.
Like percentile or whatever, or however. So they might basically just manipulate it to either be a partial, like, either they're going to receive kickback or they're going to receive, like, permission license to continue with the cost, or permission license with some other things, but it may allow perks.
Right.
For example, like, oh yeah, now you can make merchandise, you can do this, you can do that. That's perfectly fine. Us, the big boys with the big pieces of paper, say so. And now that you can do that, you just have to pay us a little bit, and then you're good to go.
Yeah.
And they'll never receive issues again, and perhaps the lawyers of Nintendo will come in and assist the small, four people company.
Yeah.
If needed. So I'm hoping it's a benefit on their side in terms of that.
And I don't know how this would
but
work
I've heard
legally,
that they do that.
Because this is Japan. They're both Japanese companies that...
There is no fair use rights.
Right.
Not in Japan.
Not in Japan. So they might just pack everything in their company up into a van and drive to Los Angeles or something.
Oh, that would be amazing. They say, no, you're not allowed to do this. And then they're all like, well, I've always wanted to move. Bye.
See you, sucker.
Do you realize how much money we've made so far? Yeah, I'll move to another country for that.
Wait, hold up.
What?
Pal World is $30. Steam takes about half of that. 15 times at the minimal 775,000.
775,000 copies sold?
That's the current players, so it's at least that.
Oh, so it's more than that. It's.
Oh wait, oh no, okay, 15, not 155. I did the wrong number. Okay, by my estimates, they've made $11 million.
I wonder how much money they put into it.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of that money might be substituted with time.
Right.
So yeah, I'm very curious. See, I bet they put less than $1 million in.
Yeah. Okay, and it came out a
since
few
they
weeks
made
ago.
Funny little game.
Maybe they're gonna stop absolutely partying soon.
Yeah, they've got
you know they're going out on the town with their everything.
You would think so, but they are pushing updates.
Yeah,
which is kind of wild. It's because it's
soon
buggy,
they're gonna
and it's
they
not
might hire a few
game.
more people, or just hire a few services to just get it all refined down.
Yeah, I was gonna say if
everything working.
I don't know how smart or where to start, but
because I know if we made a game like this and we made $11 million, I'd sit down, just kind of ruminate on that for a little bit.
I would immediately quit my job.
Right.
And then
right.
I would suggest, hey, everybody, can we give each other let's hand out some bonuses so everybody has enough money to quit their job and focus here.
Right. Focus.
Because we're gonna want to
focus.
We're gonna focus. Where are my keys? Where are my keys?
Get the keys. I'm getting the keys.
Ching, ching, ching.
See, it's funny because I'm actually getting my keys.
See, it'd be funnier if you had your keys.
Come on. Focus. Quit your job.
The timing's wrong. Quit your job. Focus. Quit your job. Focus. Quit your job.
Yeah.
But anyhow.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I would do that and then consider just hiring some people that have a good enough experience and standing out there. Just go, hey, you, what do I need you to do? I need you to comb through the code and find problems, find issues, just make sure the problems don't exist and
take the spaghetti,
come to us whenever there's a problem. Make it not so spaghetti. Straighten out that spaghetti. Run a comb through it.
Denature that spaghetti.
Remove the nature from that spaghetti.
Domesticate that spaghetti.
Domesticate that spaghetti. I love it.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, because that would immediately provide a service to the people who are already currently playing it. There's so many people playing it. You can afford it, but you should also immediately be thinking like, there's a bunch of people playing this. They need the material to work. They need it to not frustrate them at minimum if they want to continue playing long term. And right now, honestly, you just have to let them play through what you have for the most part. For their benefit. You can add little things here and there, but clean it up. Yes. But
I'm doing it for the good of them.
The cleanup is first. And then, honestly, this is one of a couple games that if they came out with a DLC, I'd consider buying, but it depends on what that means.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure what that would be for a DLC that would make sense. Kind of like, no, I don't know what you would do in this place.
Second generation. I don't know. New island.
Oh God. No, I don't know how I would feel about that.
Yeah.
I do think that's a good update thing to get people to come back into the game or buy the game is we've added a new biome. We've added a new area. We've added... Because they're going to have to add more pals, too. But if the pals are specific to locations, then they'll be adding more locations. This place is beautiful for locations, by the way. I went to the top of the volcano today.
Yeah. Last night I went to the top of the
that's cool.
Massive ice hill. Or mountain.
Hill. It's a hill.
I live in Iowa. I don't think in mountains. I think in hills.
Yeah, but if it's higher than like 40 feet, it's got to be a mountain if you live in Iowa.
Yeah, you're right.
That's basically a mountain now. That's ginormous.
Now I gotta Google Iowan mountains.
Yeah, molehills.
Iowa mountains. Hawkeye Point, 509 meters.
Yeah, it's really tall.
Yeah. What's the highest point in Iowa? Hawkeye Point. At an elevation of 1,670 feet above sea level is the highest point in the state of Iowa. It's in Osceola.
Well, choose... Now choose somewhere like Colorado. and find their highest point for comparison.
Okay. Oh yeah, more people live in Colorado than Iowa.
Just for the tourism, that's not a surprise.
Highest point in Iowa.
That's a business.
No, not Iowa.
Venture.
Colorado.
Highest point in Iowa, Colorado.
Mount Elbert, 14,440 feet.
So, at minimum, 7 times more.
Okay,
what did you say it was 1,000 what?
Okay, their lowest point is, okay, well, it's surprisingly close to our highest point, 1,011 meters.
Their lowest point is our best. No.
No. It's 600 meters below our highest point.
I'm still sad.
I
knew it was coming though. Anyway. We all know.
Yeah.
We live here. It's flat.
Anyway.
It's nothing else really. It's just flat.
Yep.
We can use some more
I don't think anybody's going to be making games in Unity anymore.
Oh no. I don't even know all the details, but it's like when PayPal said that they will charge you like $100 for not doing so and so.
Well, Unity has that new thing where every time someone downloads your game, and if it's made in Unity, it costs you 5 cents or something.
Mm-hmm. Which means you can't make free games anymore.
Yeah.
You're can't liable make free to make games broke. Because if your game is good, you're gonna be broke.
Right. And that does mean every time... that also means that people can only download your game a certain number of times before it becomes a negative revenue.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
You're just gonna be broke. Oh yeah, it kicked off and 3,000 people love it. It's climbing. We're getting hundreds a day. What is that for cents then? Let's do a quick calculator.
Mark, get a calculator.
Oh no, I don't have a calculator, so.
You know how to calculate? Just go to your web browser.
There it is.
And type it in there.
Web browser?
Yeah, you can go into your URL bar.
In your computer. It's a calculator is an automatic thing your computer has.
Okay.
Windows anyway.
My computer can't do math.
Neither can you. All right, so hundreds. Let's go with 250 a day. How many is that? Is that $12 a day?
I have no idea what you're talking. I don't know what math you're doing.
That's not a lot. Give me just good numbers. I was trying to blow people out of the water with the idea. I don't think it's working. 5 cents.
5.
Let's just try to put it in perspective here.
Look, if you have a $10 game, people can only download your game like 200 times.
Let's use this game. Let's say this game was just as popular, even if it's only lasted like a month for its popularity. How many did you say it was? 750,000 people?
775,000-ish.
All right.
That's who's playing right now.
Yeah. I'll just keep going with that number. You just made a game in Unity. It sold to that many people. But you don't have to sell it, do you, for that to happen?
It's every time it gets downloaded.
Yeah. All right. So
if
you now have to pay Unity $38,000.
Ugh.
It's not good. Yeah. So if they made this game in Unity and didn't actually,
it was made in Unreal Engine 5,
which is the best, probably. I'm a big fan of Unreal Engine.
Right.
Just because it's all biased. It has no technical.
Right.
No real tech. Well, okay. the visuals and stuff that I've seen capable from Unreal Engine and demonstrations.
Well, I think I saw one
gorgeous.
Gorgeous, like one of the latest ones. There was like a burning car,
better than
and
4.
It looked real.
Oh yeah, this is like
they interacted with
that
the
are
smoke
as realistic
with an object,
as...
and it looked feasible.
Yeah, they have the possibility of making things that are as good as modern movie capabilities.
Right.
Modern CGI. Which is impressive and entertaining.
Yeah.
And plus, I played the game Chivalry a long time ago. That was in the first Unreal Engine. It was beautiful at the time. And it was my aesthetic. But outside of that, every Unreal Engine, there's been a lot of good games in each Unreal Engine since. And I've been super excited about them. I can't remember 3 or 4 had some issues and some limitations. They were still better than the previous one, but they were not as good as they could have been. But
right.
I think it was 3, and 4 made a big jump, and then 5 came out, which is just graphically phenomenal by comparison. I like the logo sound.
Logo.
Yes.
All right. So.
What else we got?
Yeah. What else we got?
I don't really know. Other than me being like, work's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I don't know what else.
To
say.
Say Mark.
Nope. I don't like to wind up.
Somewhat stock-related thing this year.
Yeah. Is that the thing you mentioned to me before?
No, it's a different thing. Somewhat related, though. Have you ever heard of the Orange Spectacular?
I've heard of the Orange Julius.
Right, it's like that, except instead of a funky juice parlor or whatever an Orange Julius is.
A funky. You're thinking of Orange Leaf, and that's an ice cream bar. Never mind, you wouldn't know what that is. You don't go anywhere.
Anyway, so the Orange Spectacular is the United States' largest Alice Chalmers meetup and kind of convention thing.
I'm tired already.
Oh. Oh. Everyone gets their nice Alice Chalmers tractors and shows them off. And all their other Alice Chalmers things.
Can you hear the train that's going by?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I wonder if he watches the Stalk.
Yeah, he's listening to it right now.
He's listening to it right now. It's funny because it's not on.
Yeah, it's really funny. It's super funny.
The first 5 episodes are going to be recorded all before it comes out because they're all getting released at the same time. So you can binge watch it.
Yes.
Like you, right now, you're doing it, Jonathan.
Making them at the... Well, you're probably going to make it at the rate of, like, what? 1-2 a month or something?
What, the Stalk?
Yeah.
Oh, it's whatever you can do, because I've been wanting to do the Stalk for like a month, and you've just said, oh, but I'm tired, I need to go make toast this Saturday, so I can't.
That was like 1 week. That was like wasn't that just last week? That was it?
So, I don't know.
To be fair, I don't know either. My mother texted me on Monday, and I'm like, oh, that's right, I need to reply to my mother. I look at the phone. It's Friday evening.
Right.
And I realized she sent it to me on Monday, and I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, I need to go
how
iron
is
my
the
mother's tablecloth.
Yes.
I can't talk to you about tractors today.
I can't bear to listen to you about.
I can't hear you ramble on about your odd tractors. And
wow, it's beautiful.
Topics.
I love your old piece of equipment. Jack yourself off harder. Do it. It's really great. You love machinery, don't you? Don't you? Oh, wow, look. It was made when people that were really old made it. Look. It's the pinnacle of what used to be. Look at it.
Wow.
I'm an old man and I like my old tech, so I'm going to go to the Julius convention and tell all the older old men, yep, that's good shit. Yep, it's good shit. I had a problem with this, but it's so much better than the new stuff. Anymore. They don't make them like they used to. Let me tell you what. I don't make them like they used to. It's a reliable piece of... It's good stuff. Half the people there are going to be in jorts.
I mean, I'm going to be in jorts. What are you
You're going to be in jorts.
I'm going to be in jorts.
I'm going to show up in jeans, and you're going to show up in jorts.
Right. Well, even that's if you go. Okay,
yeah, if I go.
Stock viewers, if you wanna maybe want to see me, you go to the Orange Spectacular, which is going to be July 26th through 28th, this 2024. I'm going to be wearing jorts, and I'll probably have my Jiffy seat, which is what I'm currently being pictured sitting on.
Jiffy seat? You mean the fucking fold-out?
Yes.
seat? Oh, wait, it's the fuck... Oh, it's that. Yeah.
It's the cane thing.
Yeah, this is a convention that is for those kind of people.
And I'm that kind of person, Mark.
And you're that kind of person, and I'm not. And in fact, those kind of people upset me. This is why I don't like you.
Wow. I don't like you either. Anyway.
Nah!
Anyway, we could also meet up with the twins if we went up there, because it's, you know where Minneapolis is? It's like west.
Yeah, it's right next to Majorapolis.
What was that?
It's right next to Majorapolis.
Right.
That's really funny.
It is.
It's not.
Anyway.
It's not. It's not.
It's not.
Yeah, see, you're the kind of people that will stare at a lawn and reminisce on it with the other dads. I will tell a stupid joke that's not funny. That's the kind of people.
Reminisce on a lawn.
Yeah, you would. You go, oh, should have gone the other way.
Wow.
Should have made that curve around there. You didn't have the edge mark.
Look, I'm like the culmination of someone who grew up in the 70s and somebody who is dangerously online. I am both of those
dangerously?
People.
Yeah.
Yes, lethal. I'm going to die.
No, I wouldn't say lethal is the word. I'd say chronic. Not quite chronic. You're not quite chronically online. Is that what you mean? Less than chronic?
Maybe.
I'm pretty chronically online myself.
Right.
As an Iowan. Other than going out and smelling the corn, I'm kind of out of options, you know.
Yeah, I don't smell the corn.
You're right. You can't.
I don't have a sense of smell, ladies and gentlemen. So if you see me and I smell,
Lost
just
it in
say,
the war.
"Hey, bud, icky."
Smell you later. I'm gonna start saying that to you when I depart from your presence.
I will kill you. This isn't even gonna get cut out in the unshucked version. I have a. If I ever snap, you're gonna be the first one that goes. You'd be so easy to kill, Mark.
Just remember, when you die young, you'll know why.
Huh?
Because I'll have snuck gluten into something.
That'll only give me the shits, Mark.
That is not how that works. You tell me that's not how that works. Don't tell me that's how that works.
You're right. I feel absolutely nothing when I eat gluten, except my gastroenterologists say, "Hey,
you'll die.
You're gonna die."
Yeah, so you're just gonna kick it at like 62, and you're gonna be on your deathbed going, "Damn, colon cancer." Kind of knew it would happen, and I'll go, "That's right. That's right." Instead of 72, you got 62.
I have other health problems that are probably gonna take me out at some point.
All right, so 54.
54. Well, I mean,
Canadian's convinced he won't make it to
30.
60 either. Oh, well, yeah, I suppose he keeps lowering the number.
He does keep lowering the number.
Yeah. It's very optimistic of him.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe they'll find a cure for that.
No.
They are testing a few things.
Like a medicine you could take, I understand. How would they do a cure? What's the layouts they got planned for something like that?
How are they going about it?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
I'm thinking,
you should tell me. I want to know.
I saw it was a video I watched like 2 months ago or something. That was they were training like the cells in your immune system, like your memory cells, that then say, "Hey, yeah, chill out. I see that you're going gluten. Stop.
Stop. What are you doing?"
It's basically erasing your immune system's memory. I think that's how they described it.
Spritzing it with a water bottle and telling it to calm down. Start over.
Yeah. And from what I understand, that could also work for peanut allergies and other ones like that.
Ooh. I can't eat those.
He can't eat those.
I can't eat those.
At least he says he can't. I haven't seen hard proof that he can't.
Yeah, you haven't seen me fail to eat those.
I haven't seen you perish.
You haven't seen me succeed.
So I'm assuming you're just lying and being a dick. You're doing it for clout, Mark.
Clout, bro. They're calling us weak-willed, and by us I mean you too. Like, oh, gluten. Oh, nut allergy. Wow, weak. Go see some sun. Get outside. What's wrong with
Touch some grass. Eat some grass.
Eat some grass. Rub some dirt on it. What did your parents do? Put you in a hermetical seal? Come on.
Right.
That's who we are. That's who we are to them. We're physically inferior to them.
Oh.
It may not be true, but that's what they think. That's what they think.
Oh. All right, what else we got in here?
I'm a laborer. Around. A laborer. A laborer. Around. I don't know if you call it light labor, but it's not like grueling labor.
I should probably get a new chair. I see these videos of.
I'll fight them.
I see these videos of chairs, pneumatic ones, office chairs, failing and shooting the piston upwards at like 200 miles an hour.
Breakneck speed.
And I'm sitting here with my brittle bones.
Brittle bones.
Brittle bones. All right. What else? What else we got? We've reached an hour. We should probably go a little bit more.
Oh, I don't know if I can hold it.
You can't hold on, Mark?
I can hold it to what we got.
I see. One other. Okay, we talked about tractors. That's old people stuff. What new? Anyway, we've also talked about video games. That's young and hip people stuff.
Yeah, what do you want? Middle people stuff?
Middle-aged people
taxes
stuff.
Taxes are coming.
So taxes
are.
Yeah. What do middle-aged people talk about?
I don't know. We're not old enough to find out.
Yeah. I mean, you're closer. You're getting up there.
Yeah. Oh, the guy at work was telling me. Well, I told him a story. I forget how we got on the subject.
Something about the military. So, both my grandparents went in World War II.
Oh, that reminds me.
My grandfather made it on my mother's side, made it across the ocean, and he was drafted. But that's as far as he made it. They were done at that point, so he got to screw around a little bit and then get sent back.
Right.
I don't remember or know anything about my grandfather on my father's side. But someone else on the internet said that they're very proud of their grandfather who was in the war, World War II, and
was responsible for a
whole
bunch of
German, the one. Yeah, it was responsible for like 17 plane
crashes.
crashes and like
Luftwaffe ever had.
Yep.
I mean, no one told me that he wasn't doing it on purpose, but
right.
It's still true that he was their worst mechanic.
Right.
And I told that story to him and he thought it was really funny.
Yeah, my grandfather was he was a mechanic.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute.
Was that your post?
No. He was a mechanic in Japan on the U.S. side. We have a yeah.
I like how when you're not sure what you're going to talk about, you get more and more of like a Western accent.
Yeah, I do get that.
And then, I mean, everybody kind of starts umming when they do that, but yours gets Western umming.
We have outboard. We have an outboard boat motor engine that my grandfather sent back in pieces, I think, from Japan.
Ooh.
Sitting in the old shop.
Back in pieces. Here's the pieces. Put it back together.
No, it is together, I think. Sitting on a stand.
They said it was in pieces.
Probably has several mice living in it. Maybe a raccoon. Perhaps a bobcat.
It's his now. That's all. Bobcat.
I almost died to a bobcat once.
You got bobcats around here?
I swear we do, because my brother went to town one night and he saw
that.
Cat eyes over by the road and said, where they called back and said, we got a cat over here. Andrew, go get that. And I was like, okay, I'll go get the cat. And so I walked down to the road and I see the eyes and I get maybe like 15 feet within that. And I shine my light and it's like, it's kind of big for the cat. It's kind of a stubby tail.
Not ours. It's
I'm gonna back up now. I swear it was a bobcat. And I slowly walked back to the house and I was like, okay.
I mean, I feel like I may have heard stories, but I also feel like they really shouldn't be here.
No, they probably should. Look, it was big and it looked like a bobcat. That's all I can tell you. We do have coyotes around here. I've heard like a pack that sounded like 20 coyotes at like 3 a.m. run by the windows.
Oh yeah, there's a lot, and they're oddly. I mean, they look way smaller than I expect them to be.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I mistake them for a fox.
I don't know if we have foxes.
We do.
I thought we might, but sometimes I'm like, oh, that's a coyote. That's a coyote. And one time I could have sworn I was like, oh, that's actually a fox.
Yeah, we do have foxes around here. At least my dad said we do. I've never seen one. But, I suppose
not real.
But anyway, my grandfather, when he got home from the war, he made mandrills in the machine shop.
The war.
What?
The war.
Yes, this is the me lore. And it didn't go they sold mandrills. We found one on eBay at one point that was from this shop. It was weird because that was like a long while ago. The late 70s they quit, I'm gonna assume. I don't know. But anyway, they made mandrills and rifle stocks. Sold those to the military. Oh, and
rifle stocks.
And like
bump stocks.
How is it? Like dryer or grain dryer fittings. You know those spinning things on the top of houses?
Yeah.
Over the exhaust. We sold those.
Ooh. I stared at them all the time as a kid.
I can tell. Anyway.
Confused my brain. He can tell.
Yeah, and then he also started farming. Apparently he at one point had cattle, which was not something he kept up. He did it for like a year and hated every second of it, apparently. At least that's what my dad says. I don't know. He died when I was 4.
Knew him well.
Yeah. And there's a lot of stories that you hear, and it's like, okay, but why did you do that? For instance, after the war and like the Korean War and all that, the tractor companies and all that, they weren't making new tractors. They were making stuff for the war. All their production was tied up, and so you couldn't get a new tractor, but you could get the replacement parts for them. And so my grandfather was sitting around and then looked to the hired hands. Was like, what if we just got all the parts? And so they ordered all the parts for a John Deere A tractor, and they just put it all together. And so they had a John Deere A that didn't have a serial number because it was made from all the replacement parts that you could get, which was everything back in the day. Which is a neat story for a tractor. But then it got given away to a guy who redid the roof as payment.
Oh,
hey, you want that tractor for doing the roof? Sure.
The old bartering system.
Yeah. Or like we used to have a big radio or a big satellite dish that we used to get the satellite on, I suppose, because that's how that works. It was like a big 10-foot across one, or maybe 7 foot, I don't know. And one day, someone drove up, knocked on the door, and my grandma answered and said, and they said, "Hey, you got an old satellite there? Would you mind selling that?" "Oh, you can just have it." And so that's how we lost our satellite dish.
My head hurts.
That's my family. That's what happens.
Yeah, your family does make my head hurt.
Yeah.
It's just wild to think at some point someone's like, I'll give that away. And I'm like, you do know that's relatively integral to your house, right?
I mean,
I think you invested in that before, and
we had different satellite.
Oh, we don't need it.
We had one of the small satellite dishes. At that point, I think.
Was that good enough?
We didn't use
the old one. Better one. Oh, you gave him the old one.
Yeah, the old one. It wasn't working, but still, it's a.
Oh, that's fine.
But it's a.
It's what?
You don't find those. It's interesting.
Oh my god! No, I'm supporting your grandmother. I'm against you on this one. You don't find those no more. I need to keep more old crap with all the other old crap I got. Don't get me wrong. I keep old crap sometimes too. I do have old crap that I probably shouldn't be keeping. But
thank goodness my father was there. I think answered the door when some people came up and said, "Hey, you got a old gravity grain wagon there? That for sale?" Because I mean, we only have one. We don't use it, but I mean, it's on the machinery hill. If we needed a gravity wagon, if we ever start doing anything again, those are expensive.
True. They are expensive.
And like we got the county, they bought a Caterpillar bulldozer tractor thing that had a snow blade on it, and they used that for however long they did before they decided to sell it, which then my grandfather bought, and then dropped the snow blade off and just used it as a Caterpillar tractor. And I don't remember what the story was, but he just decided to sell that for basically nothing one day. And there's a lot of the stuff on the farm was just, let's just get rid of that. Don't care about that.
Go to it.
Yeah.
Don't want it.
Nope. Yeah, I don't care. I'm old. Take it. And my grandfather apparently was the type to, well, back in my day, this is what we had when I was growing up, so it has to be the best, and it can't need anything better. I don't remember if I talked about this on Stalk before, but the shop is full of the newest World War II machines. Or at least it was. We've gotten a few more modern machines. But the newest machine before that was World War II era. And then they started losing money making mandrels and all that because nobody used mandrels as much, I guess. And also, you had to make every single one by hand. My dad decided...
That's the fun part.
Yeah. My dad was interested in getting a Oh, yeah, sorry.
He's dying.
I'm dying,
He's not allowed to talk about it.
I'm dying.
The tattoo on his skin is trying to kill him.
Oh,
he had bread. He's going to die.
No, I didn't have bread. I don't eat bread. Anyway.
You did, by accident.
My father suggested, maybe we could get a CNC machine so we can turn out stuff faster. But my grandfather was like, no, that's how... CNC is dumb. That's how you end up with a railroad car full of wrong-sized parts.
Yeah, you mentioned that one.
Yeah, I mentioned that. Did I do that on the Stalk?
No idea.
Alright, well, if I did, you're hearing it again. We need to do this more often so I remember what we do, what we talk about.
I like how we may have not just done this for a week, and you're like, we need to do this more often. Technically 2 weeks, but skip a weekend.
I'm going to,
and you're like, I can't remember. Why is it back
Mark, my memory doesn't work. I live in the past 5 minutes of my life.
You're right. You live in the 70s and you still don't leave it. Come back to us. Come back to us.
Let's see. When was the last Stalk we did? Friday, January 5th.
Oh, it's been a while. You're right.
Yeah.
It's been about a month.
Yep, been about a month.
Interesting.
Wait, is this the first or wait, is this the third or is this the third or fourth one? Third or second? My brain is breaking. I'm looking at
You lost it.
I'm looking at the folder that should have the things in it. I only see one video. Don't tell me I lost one of the stocks.
Oh.
Please tell me it's like in the VODs folder. Unshucked patrons. Hi, how you doing?
Oh.
Gives me VODs. Oh, there it is. Okay, it was on the 12th that we did the last one.
Okay, so it wasn't that long ago.
Wasn't that long ago. I lost.
Yeah,
I lost the recording for a second.
So we skipped 2 weekends.
Yeah, we skipped 2 weeks.
This last week went by without me fucking noticing.
Right.
So.
Anyway.
Like I said, Mother texted me. I'll check that. I'm busy right now. I'll check it at the end of the day or tomorrow morning.
Right.
4 days later. Oh, yeah, that text I got it. Oh, the week's over now.
Oh.
Well, damn it, I'm hungry now.
You're hungry? Well,
talking about all these tractors is really working up.
You don't care a lick about tractors, Mac.
You're right. Like, maybe a half a lick at best.
A taste. You care a taste about tractors.
What?
You care a taste about tractors. That's half a lick.
A taste.
I suppose we're
back again.
Yep, I suppose. Yeah. Guess this might be the end of episode 3 of the Stalk.
Oh, no.
Unless you got anything else to, talk about? Anything else before we,
I didn't have, well, as the last probably 2 times, I haven't had a lot to talk about, nor a lot in my mind. But I think I've given everything that's new, which is not a lot. So there's all my new stuff.
Right. You have any old peeves that you want to get out there?
Old peeves? Maybe.
Oh.
I can't think of any.
Oh.
You know what? I'll be honest. Don't want to bring up work again.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, we've been down a guy all week, so it's probably what made this week go by without me paying attention, because all I've been doing is putting my nose to the grindstone to get shit done.
Wow.
And been measuring how long it takes to do certain things.
Yeah.
So a time study for work, which is exciting, and I'd rather do it myself than say management ask me to do it, because that would be annoying.
Right.
That's some micromanagement kind of work that I'm not interested in having done to me. How long did it take? 5 minutes? Can you make sure that takes 4 minutes instead?
Right.
Your average is low.
Your average.
Your average is low.
Get that up.
Well, like, I know they measure... I say they. I don't know who, but some companies will measure the items per minute for cashiers.
Right.
To make sure they're going at an appropriate speed.
Right.
And basically, if you sighed because you remember going to be a cashier.
I remember I worked at Dollar Tree. This is gonna have to be a
trigger some memories.
Yeah, this is gonna have to be another topic.
Anyhow,
to be fair, we could record we could record the 4th episode right after this.
I'm going to eat first.
What?
I'm going to have to eat first.
Yeah, we can eat. We can ruminate, verminate, bathroomate, and return, mate.
Bathroomate. And what?
Return. And mate.
A mate?
Return. And mate.
And mate. Yeah, so like if the drawer is unlocked, then the timer's going, which means you gotta continuously lock your drawer. There's ways around the system. So once again, people think there's a higher average, and people boast the average, and companies that are filled with people that are in charge of taking care of these averages have never done it in person and don't understand how it's done. And probably witness a couple weird people that really push to get that average correct.
Yeah.
And then the majority of people do not.
Remote management, at least, does not understand workings.
They do not, and I don't fully blame them, but I do blame their ignorance in thinking that information they have is completely correct.
Right.
That's silly.
And
they
teaser.
Should know better.
Little teaser for
teaser
when I talk about Dollar Tree. You do not get any control. You get hardly any control over the cash register at Dollar Tree when you work as a cashier.
You told me.
They do not trust you at all. I cannot open the cash register if I needed to. If someone was there with a gun and they said, "Okay, open the cash register," I could say, "I can't. I have to."
How old were you?
What?
How old were you?
18.
That would be why.
19.
I think I couldn't operate a cash register in Casey's until...
No, that's just how it worked.
Until I was 21.
You had to get a...
How many other people older than that needed someone else to do it?
I don't know. I was the only... They only have one cashier working at a time.
Well, at a time, but how many other people were a cashier?
I don't know. I didn't really... I think I knew like...
ask.
2 others? Because...
Did you never strike up a conversation?
When I get off, I leave.
No,
when they get in,
say hi. Talk about it.
Talk about what? I want to go home. I've been touching icky, grimy,
you can't go home.
Slobber-covered items.
Oh, I remember somebody handing me dollar bills that were in their sweaty pocket, and they were just soaked.
Okay. We're gonna end the episode here.
No, we're not. We're gonna cry.
No, we're gonna end the episode here. We're gonna have a break, and then we're gonna come back, and we're going to complain and make episode 4. How about that, Mark?
Episode 4 is just complain.
Episode 4, complaints. We can gripe about work. That is our...
Yeah, episode 4, gripes.
Episode 4, gripes. That is middle-aged
The gripes content. Of wrath. That is middle-aged content.
Well, we did it, Mark. We found it.
Young middle-aged content.
Young middle.
Because I feel like the middle-aged content says, "Shut up, that's how work is. That's how life is. I hate my wife."
Hate my life, hate my wife. Am I right, boys?
Everyone older than that goes, well, she lives here.
Yeah. Old ball and chain.
Yeah, that feels very middle-aged. Because I'm not sure how many, like, grandparents kind of age I've heard people refer to their wife as the old ball and chain. Right. Unless, of course, maybe they're out drinking.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
And also the amount of grandparents, I have seen a story was old man out in a bar will say, the old ball and chain, and then it looks like he gives this look that says he left the stove running, and then he looks around him to make sure she's not there.
Well, I suppose. Thank you all for stopping by and listening and watching and using your imagination. What do we say when we leave? I don't remember.
Bye.
Bye.